Hello and welcome to my channel, Budgets and Plans. I started this channel originally in 2023 looking at cash envelope stuffing. At the time I wanted to do some planning as well, but I actually never got around to doing it. And then in September was my last video because I thought I'd try everything going online with digital envelopes. Suffice to say that wasn't a really good idea, didn't work that well. So this year I am going to be starting afresh with the cash envelopes. And I thought, since the planner I'm actually using this year is one that I haven't seen much of online, currently for 2025 I've been using a sterling ink common planner in an grey or Estelle. That's my next year's one. Have loved this planner. I've used it for the last 2 years. And having said that, I don't know whether you can actually see it. Yep, bit of sorry for the glare. I've got the light on just a bit dim today. But this year, I'm actually going to be changing to something that I saw online in, I think it was August last year, and pre-ordered. At the time, everything in the vertical common planner I was using, this new planner that I've got is very, very similar. It's just got a couple of added extras to it, which, to be honest with you, after I pre-ordered it, my planning style in the last 6 months of 2024 did change to more of a weekly overview. So at this point in time, I'm not 100% sure how I'll go with this, but I'm going to give it a try because I quite like this planner. So at the moment, it's in a white Croco Aura Estelle. This is the version 3. It's got the little things there, so if I wanted to convert it, I can actually put strings in. And my initial plan had been to use the Sterling Ink Common Planner Monthly that I've got here, and just have it on the strings at the front as like a long-term future planning sort of book that I didn't have to chop and change all the time. But currently, to be honest with you, I'm not sure whether that'll fit, because if you look at my already, you can probably tell quite easily, the new planner is much thicker than the Sterling Ink planner is. Also Tomo River paper, I believe. I might have to check on the web, but so just see if we can get you in frame a bit better. So this is, bring it up, light, sorry, I do apologise for the light. This is the Nisha Fernando Journey Planner. This was a pre-order. I actually meant to check before I started filming this whether she still had some on her website, but to be honest, I forgot. I'll link the website if I can remember. It came in, I got the cover that was designed for it. I'm just going to take it out of this Aura Estelle cover at the moment. I've got some post-it notes and I've started a partial setup. The only problem I have with this, and I can work around it, is that this is where the planner would go normally. I can't quite, with the cover on, I can't fit it in there. If I take the cover off, it fits in perfectly. But I like the protective cover because I do leave it like that and I don't have the cover in. I want to be able to see it. So what I'm doing at the moment is I've got this part here, like a pocket. I'm just tucking it into the pocket and it still works perfectly fine for the way I work with it. I'm just going to put that to the side. So, as I said, this is the Nisha Fernando Journey Planner in linen. That's a logo there. It's a full year planner. The plastic cover has 2 pockets on the inside, as well as that I've just got some stuff. I've had this card from a Kickstarter deck, a Lord of the Rings deck that I've bought for years ago. This is just a little planning thing with some of the things I like to check every day to make sure I'm doing. Don't always do it, but there's my little guide. It also came with a Bible reading plan, which I'm not sure I'll actually use, but it's there. And the cover at the back has a pocket there and a pocket there, and you put little things in there. Now, the tabs that I'm currently using are not the Nisha Fernando tabs. These are something that I believe I got on Etsy. And I can't, they're just called Color Gradient Index stickers. To be honest, I can't remember where I got them. I've had them for a while, and they came in like a 6-pack. But I pulled them out because I quite liked the idea of the colour gradient. I haven't done a very good job, but it was my first time, and I'm happy with how it's turned out so far. This is a sticker I got in Alaska when I went last year on an overseas trip. So I tend to stick that in all my planners now. It's still on its backing, I just tuck it in. When you open it up, you've got a blank page. I'm not going to be doing anything with that. The next page has a little quote on it. This is "Life is a journey. Travel it well." A little bit hard to see because there is a little bit of shadowing with the next page through there. I'm having trouble centering, but there you go, that's a little bit better. And just has the year, date and size. Then I've got the 2025 calendar. Thankfully this starts on a Monday. Excuse me. I'm actually in Australia, so for me I am much more used to calendars that start, monthlies that start on a Monday and weeklies that start on a Monday. I've had some Sunday starts over the years, and I'll be honest with you and say I just couldn't deal with the monthlies. And then it's got 26 and 27 for some forward planning and check dates if you need it. You've then got 2 blank pages, so it could be whatever you wanted. It says goals there. You could probably do a vision board if you want. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be doing with these because I often don't use that sort of page. The next page is going to be the annual goals. Sorry, if you're wondering what I've done here, I've just written a little 11 there so I know how many goals I can put in. And then you break it down into goals, action steps, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Now that is a little bit different to the Sterling Ink goals setup, which let me just see if it's in the monthly. No, it's not a monthly. So last year's one was done just a touch differently. I'm sorry, just let me pull it out a bit. While I did write the goals for last year, I was terrible at following them. And this is one of the things that I want to work on a bit this year. Where are the goals sections? So in the Sterling Ink, it was someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. I don't know why, but I kind of feel like this setup might work a little bit better for me. If it doesn't, I can always change it and just do action steps each day like the Sterling Ink one does. But we'll see how we go. After that, we then have another goal setting thing where you can actually set your goals down for each monthly thing. And this is like the daily actions. I'm just thinking this would be a good place to put daily and weekly actions and see if I just stick to this a little bit better. Just see if I can get you down a little bit closer. That might be a bit better for everyone to see what I'm doing. There's not a lot of reviews of the Nisha Fernando planner online, so that's why I thought I'd show you my flip through, and then hopefully as I plan through the year I'll keep you updated on how I'm doing it. Next we have like a future log, if you call it that, yearly. This is very similar to the Hobonichi cousins and the Hobonichi setups. The way I'm going to be using this is I'm going to be putting in 8, as you can see I've got a 8 there, 8 main habits that I want to track, and then I can just dot in the day. Now these will be the ones that I want to do all through the year, and it's going to be, I'm a bit like take my vitamins, make sure I do in a certain number of steps, that sort of thing. I still have to sit down and work out what ones I want to put here, but it will get done, hopefully before the end of the week, since today is Monday the 30th, and I've only got a few days left of the year, literally 2. Then we move on to the next section, which is another habit tracker that goes for the entire year, well, entire month I should say. So you've got 12 of these, 1 for each month, 2 2-page spread like this. And then you've got all the dates along here, all the dates here, and then here at the back, it actually has the weeks. So you've got week 1, 2 to 5, week 5 to 9. I just click this off, you can see the next ones. And then it continues 9 to 14, and so it goes through the entire year with the entire weeks at the end. So you can sort of use that as a tally to see how you're going. If you were doing the 12-week year, I think that would be really handy because you could put your scores in, and thinking about using it that way. But then this is one of the spreads, and one of the main reasons why I decided to buy this one for this year, and this is a meal planner. So we start in December. It's got the dates across the top for this. So this starts this week, and then you can put breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, meal prep. You've got a hydration tracker at the bottom, and then a little vitamin pill and a little exercise thing that you could do either of them. Not sure I'll use that particular part, but I like the idea of being able to meal plan my week out for the family and then follow it through, or because I'm also want to do a bit of a health journey this year, whether I just meal plan and track what I'm eating. I do have another bigger meal planner that I could use for the family that I tend to keep in the kitchen. At the moment I've just got little post-it notes in so I can find the pages. So this was one of the main reasons, and when you go through, it's actually got enough for the entire year all the way through to, where's it stop? To the first week of January, which is really good. So that's 12 months there. This is one of the reasons why the planner is so thick. but one of the things I love about it. And then of course you go into the monthly starting in December. So I've just got a very crooked monthly tab there. So for the months, I'm a shift worker, so I need a monthly so I know when I'm supposed to be due back at work. I do mornings, evenings and a lot of night shifts. And so this is really helpful tracking things when I'm doing. And then we've got the vertical weekly. Now in the Sterling ink this year, I actually had started in the vertical weekly and then I had sort of stopped. And I haven't done it for the last couple of months. So I'm going to try this again. I'm thinking because I'd like to track sleep, which is how I used to do it, that I'll track sleep, track my work, like a time block. And I'm not quite sure how else I'm going to use this. I'm still thinking about that. I don't know whether to go back to how I used to use it in my Hobonichi years ago, which I didn't really do in the last, which is a lot more time blocking. But like I said, that's a work in progress and I'll work it out as we go. So then we've got the 52 weeks of that. Starts at 6, goes to 12. Being a shift worker, the Hobonichi ones were better for me because it was a 24-hour. And like I said, my night shift is from 9:30 at night to 7:30 in the morning. But that's right, I can just skip that through. At least this is to 12, so it just gives me a bit more time in the evening. And those Sterling ink ones were to 12 as well, so that worked okay. Then we jump through, and this is where it gets a little bit different. Now I've set up one on my first page. This is, the rest of it is a daily planner. So every day of the year, dated. The Sterling inks are undated at the back, so it's more like note pages. And I like that. I've never been a really good daily planner, but I'm good at doing like a weekly overview and tasks for the day. But then years ago when I had my Hobonichi, I used to use this for journaling as well. So you start with a blank overview page. I'll show you the February one. So just a little calendar and then it's a blank page to do whatever you want with. This is one of the ways I track the things I need to do. So I've got it all written down here and then I will just tick them off each week as I do it, so I make sure that I get the whole week. And there's some odd things in here. If you're thinking cliffhanger, we have a bearded dragon, so that's how I know I've done the cage clean. I've got an aquarium, I've got guinea pigs. And we have dogs. We have quite a lot of animals here in this house, I have to say. And then this is the day one. So each one is the same. You've got a, just turn that over so it's a bit distracting, do a bit more blank. You've got a 6 o'clock start again to a 12 o'clock. You've got little dots here so you can quarter off the pages. I'm thinking of drawing like a line down here and then to-do list and journaling. But like I said, haven't quite sorted this out yet. I have had the planner for a couple of weeks. But apart from putting the cover on, I put it on a shelf. I haven't done anything else with it because I've been too busy with Christmas. And then you go through to the back. So you've got the whole 365 years here. Sorry, the frame. And then we come to the back. Now this is some stuff I've got in the back here that I moved from planner to planner. I got it originally from the Getting Things Done book by I'm sorry, I've just gone completely blank on what his name is, but Getting Things Done is a productivity book. Look it up, you'll find it quite easily. So I've just got a weekly review, things I should need to do, daily review for a daily thing, monthly reflection. This comes from Maxi Life, which is some questions for each month, which I try to do. And then I've got cleaning routines for all the things I do. I'm going to continue on, put my finances and some other things in here. I'm going to use these back pages more like collections, like you would do if you were bullet journaling, because I've got a history of doing a bullet journaling as well. So my system, I will say, is a bit of a mashup of everything. And then the last 2 pages of this is actually an index so that you can write down where things are and you can track them if they're important and go back and use as a reference. So yeah, so that is my Nisha Fernando. Like I said, she's very thick. I do love the cover I've got. I'm a bit disappointed that I think by the end of the year it might be too thick, and I'm not sure I'm actually going to get this to continue to clip, because it already, when I put it in now, I'm just sitting there, I have to be a bit on the, line it up a little bit to make sure that she clips together. So I'm kind of thinking, give it a couple of months as this starts to spread out. It might get too thick for this cover, which is the other reason why I've got the plastic one. But we will see how we go. And we will see if I manage to stay in this for the full year like I do the Sterling inks, or whether I end up switching back to the Sterling inks, because that's what I'm used to. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and my first one back for quite some time because I've just been too busy doing other things. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have had a Merry Christmas and you have a Happy New Year.